Hey Glam Fam, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this braided look on your little lovely. This is of course my daughter Alexzandria. So we're going to be starting on freshly shampooed hair, which I shampooed with the Giovanni's weightless shampoo and conditioner. I'll put it on screen. And then I'm putting in the weightless leave-in. No, it wasn't the weightless shampoo and conditioner. It was the smooth as silk shampoo and conditioner, weightless leave-in, and now I'm brushing it through with the wet brush. It gives a nice degree of moisture and definition. Now I'm going to go through with one of those, I think it's the Revlon blow dryer brush. I don't know. I'll find the links and stuff. I'll put it down in the description box below. I'm not here to be trying to sell products and tools. So at any rate, you guys can kind of see here, the hair dries pretty quickly. It leaves the hair rather soft, and you guys can see the shine on this hair. There's no oil on her hair at all. So the shampoo and the conditioner work really nicely. Yes.
Are you doing a video?
What do you think I had going on this whole time?
I thought it was just that, like that, like that, like.
Nope. Leave it to my child to not realize that we're doing a video with infinity studio lights on in the house. So we're going to go ahead and separate from ear to ear across the occipital bone, which is that bone that protrudes out in the back of the head. And from there, we're going to go ahead and add in a small amount of hair to make this braid last a bit longer. I will end up snipping it down to the length of her hair because I don't want it to look excessively long. Zan's hair is already down her back. So I just feel like the longer it is, the more grown it's going to look. I don't really want that going on. But I am going to go ahead and add some hair in to help those braids stay fresher longer and to hold nice and neat. So this is optional. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to, so don't be tripping. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just braid down just in a row like you're seeing here throughout the back of the head, and we'll go ahead and take it down. Now this is a standard cornrow with hair added. If you need a tutorial for that, I do have a tutorial for that on this channel as well. Feel free to check it out. I'll link it in the description box as well. When I finish with the back, it looks like this here. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and move up to the top of the head. Once I get up there, the most important part here to me is making sure that this part in the center is as centered as possible. You guys can see my child is acting extra, like hair in her face is ending her life, but you know, just pray for her. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do this down the center. And honestly, I feel like the center braid always looks better if you do it thinner than you think you need to. So if you're trying to do it as thick as everything else, it's probably going to be too thick. That's just going to be my single word of advice there. Once you have that centered, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of shine and jam on this hair. It's what I've been braiding with throughout the back as well. It just gives a nice shine on the hair and helps those braids to hold a bit better as well, especially if you have children whose hair is prone to frizzing. I'm taking a small amount of hair and then I split it in three like I showed you guys on my salon video with feed-in braids, or like I showed you on my standard video of feed-in braids for visual learners. But I'm only putting this small amount of hair in her head, so that way it doesn't make it look super bulky. It just helps her braids to hold. And I'm also doing them as feed-ins, so that way you don't see the knots and it looks like it's just her natural hair here. I just feel like it looks a bit better when you're finished this way. So once we get this center braid done and down there, and you guys can kind of see how that's going, we'll go ahead and move on into the rest of the braided style. So this part, once you get the parting out, is honestly pretty easy. It's the rest of the stuff when it comes down to like symmetry and all that that you got to worry about. So from there, we'll end up doing our partings down the sides, and I'll kind of show you that here in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and do our partings on the sides. Now you guys can see her hairline has a lot of dips in it, just like mine. So I'm going to go ahead and act as though those dips aren't there. We're going to braid over the top of them. And in that instance, I'm going to add just this tiny bit more hair so that way it helps to cover where there's not as much hair in that area. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. Now we're going to go ahead and begin the braid, just like I was saying before, with just her natural hair. And as we braid down, you guys can see, I want you to see how slow I'm going and how loosely I'm gripping. I think a lot of times when you speed up the video, it looks like you're doing everything really hard. But I want you to see exactly how I'm adding in this hair. So basically, I'm going about 2 to 3 steps down, and then I add in just a little bit of hair, continue braiding down one more step, add in a bit more. And this way it allows it to gradually increase, especially if you're adding in a small amount of hair. It just makes it look more natural. Whereas if I were to go ahead and try to put in large amounts of hair, it would look bulky and it would be really obvious that I added this hair in. From there, I'm going to go on my third step down, and we're going to go ahead and add in the last piece of hair, and we'll continue braiding that down throughout there. Now I'm going to go ahead and speed up so you guys can see the rest of it. Just so you're aware, because I know her face is looking crazy, she is reading, and apparently whatever part of the book she's reading is a bit confusing to her. The book she's reading is called Mr. Gedrick and Me, which she seems to be enjoying so far. So if you have a little person who enjoys reading, you may want to check that out. And we're just continuing our rows. And you guys can see how thin I'm doing these braids. I don't want them to be super spacey. I don't really want them to be sitting on top of each other and touching either. So I want it to look like a natural thickness. So I would just keep in mind, based on the density of your baby's hair, if you're doing your braids super spaced apart, it's not going to look quite the same. I do want this hair to be able to hang over the ear. From there, I'm going to go ahead and I'll just continue that in this pattern. You guys can see towards the back, I do it in a pie shaping. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So back here, I want it to fall where it perfectly falls in between the braids. So each braid that I do on top is going to fall in between there. Actually, it's going to be more like my finger size. So it'll completely cover the knot of the braids underneath. So if you were wondering why I switched up my style of braiding, that's exactly why. As I get up here, I'm starting that pie shaping. So I'm actually going from a small focal point and then kind of following right on down. And I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like up close in just a moment. Here momentarily, Alison will actually be helping me out with beading the hair because I hate putting on beads. I promise, it feels like it's against my religion. Like, it has to be sinful. It has to be. So I'm going ahead and doing this section, and I'm just doing it in a pie shaping like that there. So we're coming from that little point and going on. Y'all, look at this. Y'all know, if anyone watches this channel, y'all know how much I hate putting on beads. But the Lord blessed me with a helpmeet, Ishkatai, who will put them beads on for me. I'm going to Ishkatai you in a knot if you don't Ishka hush and Ishka read your book while we Ishka braid and Ishka bead.
Why? Keep your hands on your own face.
Anywho, read your book, big head.
What's your language, fat head?
How you going to tell me to watch my language while you give it insult too?
Because she's confused.
That's called the pot calling the kettle black. And my black is beautiful.
No, it ain't.
All right, so as you guys can see, we play a lot, and sass is part of how we deal with each other in this family. It just is what it is. So if it offends you, pray about it. Anyway, so we're continuing these braids. Alison is beading throughout the back, and I wanted to show people who may not know how to bead how we do this. So they have beaders like this. You put the desired amount of beads on there, put the hair through the hole, slide that hair right on through it, just like that. There you go. There you go. You got it, boo. And then from there, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pull down just the bottom bead. So I pull it down to the length I want it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap that hair around just the bottom bead. So I'll show you guys what I mean here in camera just in a moment. So it's going to wrap around the bottom bead just like this. And then I'm going to rubber band around that bottom bead. Now, I am just past her hair here. And the reason why I'm making sure to let you know that is because I will be cutting off the excess hair. If I'm cutting off the excess hair and her hair is still in there, then I just accidentally cut her hair, which is not a good look. So just be warned. From there, I'm going to go ahead and get my scissors. We're going to trim off that excess hair there. And then we'll slide the beads right on down over the rubber band. This helps to keep the rubber band from unraveling, and it makes sure that none of them are showing, and they lay nice and smooth. This is that pie shaping I was telling you about, how they kind of come from a focal point. In case you didn't understand it earlier, I wanted to make sure you got it. Now, you could leave it like this here, but I am going to go ahead and give her some baby her. So, well, she's already got a bit, but, we're going to go ahead and actually put some style and function to it. So I've got a little bit of a medium hold foaming wrap, and then we have a baby toothbrush, and we're just going to go ahead and work through there. I've been working on my baby her skills, y'all, so pretty much for me, it has been a struggle to get baby hairs under control. So this is basically what it looks like finished, but I want you to see it from a distance so you can see the beads as well. So this is it here, and when Alison's completely finished, this is what it looks like done. So if you like it, let us know in the comment box below. And until next time, take care, God bless, and stay glam. You know we love you, boo. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at GetGlamFam for more behind-the-scenes content. Posts from hair down to family posts like this one here with Zelina and myself, or even posts like this here with Alison and the girls in their little matching outfits. We have all sorts of stuff on there that you may actually love. Be sure to check us out.